This is my second attempt at recording this. I got all the way down to best game adaptation before the video cut out. So I'm really not fucking happy. If this happened on a day where I wasn't working, it would have been whatever. But I'm working today, and yeah, it's not another 4 hours until I have to leave the house. But still, it's wasting my fucking time. So I'm just gonna go through this as fast as I can, while still trying to explain my reasons for the things that I would have wanted to win. I don't give a fuck about these Soulsborne games. Like, they keep on winning. It's been non-stop with ever since Last of Us 1, because it was Last of Us, Soulsborne, Astrobot, Soulsborne. And while I find it funny that Astrobot won, especially since it's a game that I fucking loved, it shouldn't have won. It was just funny to watch the Soulsborne people cope and seethe. Like, I'm not saying that the Soulsborne games are bad or anything like that. It's just, how many times can you have a game with this rich lore where, like, how many times can you do that and be original? You know, I just feel like we need a bit more diversity, because there's so many fucking great games that get released every year and they don't even get recognized at all because they just keep on jerking their shit. The Soulsborne games. I mean, Death Stranding 2 came out this year. It's Hideo's first game in 6 years, and it was snubbed. And Death Stranding was snubbed as well. And Metal Gear Solid 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. He has never won Best Game, which is a shame, because Kojima is genuinely the best, he is the most genius person in all of gaming. But if it wasn't Death Stranding, actually, I don't really give a fuck about the others. Best Game Direction, Clair Obscur. I would have said Split Fiction should have won, because the guy that made Split Fiction, I don't remember his name. All his games are similar. They're all the co-op games, like got Brawlers, Way Out, Takes Two, Split Fiction, and they all have a theme to them. Brawlers is about family. Way Out is about freedom. It Takes Two is about love. I don't know what Split Fiction is about, but I love that. So I would have wanted that to win. Best narrative, Clair Obscur again. Death Stranding, like, so fucking good in terms of story. So would have wanted that to win. I love Ghost of Yotei, but the problem with Ghost of Yotei is that if you view it as a piece of media rather than a game, it's not new. Like, Tsushima slash Yotei are the best samurai games because there's no competition. Or at least the competition is just not all that good. But if you compare those two to samurai movies, in terms of quality, it's a flat line. It's a flat line. Like, they're the same in terms of quality. Nothing is better or worse than the other. It's same with like LA Noir. It's a really fucking good game, but as a noir story, it's nothing original. But anyway, best art direction. I'm assuming that means how good the game looks visually, and unless Clair Obscur has some extremely realistic looking graphics, like I'm talking the cutscenes from World War II, realistic looking, it shouldn't have won. If I were voting on it, I would have voted for the cartoony game, being Hollow Knight, because the other, I don't know about Hades, but Ghost and Death Stranding, they look good, but it's not like they're pushing any boundaries. Best score, I don't know, because the only thing that I've played is Ghost, and the only song I remember is the one that plays when you do the duels. Best audio design, Battlefield 6. I don't really care about audio design. When I play Ghost, I don't think I encountered any audio glitches, so I don't really have an opinion. Best performance, Jennifer English for Clair Obscur. I spent a long time talking about this specific one. I'm going to try and shorten it down as best as I can. Troy Baker, I haven't played the Indiana Jones game, but from the little amount of dialogue I've heard him speak as Indy, he's doing a really good fucking job. As for Erika Ishii, who voices Atsu, the main character in Ghost of Yotei, people kept on talking shit about her because her version of Atsu is very numb, and a lot of people said that she's just not giving her all. She should be getting angry and all that. And it's just her getting angry does not fit the character, in my opinion. I get that she does get angry in the Japanese dub, but the Japanese dub is a dub. It's not the original version of the game because it's an American game made by Americans with American voice actors. So it's not the same as when you watch anime where the Japanese is the original. So you should be watching it in Japanese, arguably. You should be watching this or playing this in English because it is the original. The only reason why someone should have for playing the game in Japanese is for an authentic feel. But then again, it's a game made by Americans. But her being numb fits the character. Moving on. Innovation and accessibility. I don't have any accessibility needs for games. So I don't know about what these games are doing, and it doesn't affect me, so I'm just going to move on. Games for impact. I don't know what that means, and I don't know any of these games. Moving on. Best ongoing. Final Fantasy XIV is an MMO. Why the fuck did they make Final Fantasy XIV an MMO? I don't know. Fortnite is the worst thing to happen to gaming. Not even the worst thing that happened to gaming, the worst thing that happened to pop culture in the 21st century. Helldivers 2, I've heard, is really cool, but it's not for me. Marvel Rivals, I tried to play it, couldn't get into it. I'm being serious when I say this. Overwatch is better, and that's coming from someone that doesn't like Overwatch, or at least just isn't much of a fan. No Man's Sky, I have a lot of appreciation for, although it doesn't seem like it's a very interesting game. I remember when it came out, they promised so many planets, and then there was only a small handful. But then they kept on adding and adding and adding. But it's just, it doesn't seem like there's much to do. It just seems like, let's go to a new planet. Oh, there's this new material. What can I do with the new material? Who knows? Oh, there's a new enemy. What can I do with that new enemy? Oh, I can defeat it. But after that, who knows? Best community support, Baldur's Gate free. I don't know what they've been doing. Final Fantasy 14's an MMO. Fortnite fucking sucks. Helldivers, I don't know what they're doing. No Man's Sky, they're adding shit. I couldn't tell you what the difference is between these two categories. Moving on. Best indie game, Clair Obscur. I don't know the others apart from Hollow Knight, and I've heard of Hades, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. Moving on. Best debut indie game, Clair Obscur. I've heard Dispatch is really good, but the problem with Dispatch is that they have Critical on it as a voice actor, which fucking sucks. Best mobile game. Excuse me. Why are we giving out awards to mobile games? Like, mobile games are just shovelware. Shovelware that didn't even make it onto like the fucking Wii store or the PS5 store. There's only a handful of games that I like. I like the Microsoft Solitaire collection. I like Clash of Clans and Boom Beach. Clash Royale fucking sucks, to be clear. And the only mobile games that I would say are that are like genuinely good, and not even just good, but they're fucking masterpieces, are the Monument Valley trilogy. Like, how can you make Destiny worse? How can you make Persona worse? I'm aware that there's been other Sonic mobile games, but for the most part, they're just ports. But moving on. Best VR AR. VR is overrated as hell. I'll admit I've only played PlayStation VR. I haven't played like Oculus or whatever. Like, I don't have a computer. Um, but from what I've played on PSVR, it's not just that the PSVR games suck. The only one that I sort of enjoyed was Super Hot VR, but it it's hard to adjust. It's not comfortable. It gets blurry. And it gets fogged up. It's just not nice. Um, Best action Hades 2. I haven't played the others, but if Doom is anything like the first two, Doom should have won. Best action adventure Hollow Knight. I don't know. Moving on. Best RPG Clair Obscur. I don't I don't like Monster Hunter. I've tried to play it. It's just not for me. Don't really care about the others. Best fighting. It doesn't even say who the winner is, but it doesn't matter because I don't like fighting games unless they have a campaign like Injustice does. Best family, Donkey Kong Bonanza. As much as I liked Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I think Donkey Kong should have won because Donkey Kong has a story. Sonic Racing, like, I don't get people who can just play it over and over and over. Even if they keep on adding maps, it's not enough to keep me interested. Because it is just the same thing over and over and over. Anyway, best sim strategy. I don't play sim games. Moving on. Best sports racing, Mario Kart World. I think I've never played World, but if it's anything like 8, I think Sonic should have won. It's just better. I'm not just saying that because they got the crossover characters, but the whole cross world thing, I think, is really fun. And I just think Sonic Racing is more fun than Mario Kart. Best multiplayer, Arc Raiders. The only thing I've seen of Arc Raiders is someone referenced that scene from the other guys where they're like, think what I'm thinking, and for the bitches. Yeah. Battlefield 6, I used to have an appreciation for Battlefield because they were humble, even though I don't really like Battlefield. And they used to have good campaigns up until Hardline. Um, but they made a Battle Royale, which EA are scummy as fuck. But it's just Battlefield still had some heart to it, so I wasn't expecting it. I would have wanted Split Fiction to win. Moving on. Best adaptation. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go through these one by one. Minecraft is a game that doesn't have a story. Yeah, you can kill the Ender Dragon and all that, but I wouldn't really say that's the story. The game doesn't have one. So they shouldn't have made a movie out of it. It's just Hollywood being Hollywood. Oh, this thing's popular. Let's make a movie out of it. Devil May Cry. I've never seen Minecraft, just be clear. I have also not seen the Devil May Cry anime, but I've heard that it is fucking amazing. Although there are a lot of people who they watch the anime and they're like, okay, let's give the games a chance, and then they realize that the anime fucking sucks. I don't know what it is because I haven't seen the anime, but I just want to get that clear. Splinter Cell Deathwatch. I'm nervous about this because I love Splinter Cell. We haven't had anything in 12 years. We had some books or whatever, and Sam Fisher is now a playable character in Siege. Has been for 5 years now, which I didn't like that because it is kind of the death knell of Splinter Cell. Um, and then it's this, and it's just Netflix. Even though they have a good track record when it comes to anime, it's just that I'm nervous. Until Dawn. Until Dawn is not Until Dawn. It's a really good movie, but it's not Until Dawn. It's Until Dawn in name only. And Last of Us Season 2. As much as I hate the Last of Us 2 game, like, the game got a lot wrong, but what it got right, the show just swept under the rug. For example, when Dina reveals to Ellie that she is pregnant, in the game, Ellie's reaction is to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should have told me from the start. because then I wouldn't have brought you. And then Dina says, oh, I didn't want to be a burden. And then Ellie says, well, you're a burden now. But in the game, or sorry, in the show, when Dina reveals that to Ellie, they just have sex. And then once they're done, Ellie is like, wow, I'm going to be a dad. Moving on from the whole non-binary thing, whatever. It's just an absolute betrayal of the character of Ellie. Like, the only reason I can think of why they changed that is because they want to focus more on the love than the action. Which, as much as I don't like the whole romance thing in Last of Us 2, if you want to do that, whatever. But you just can't change something as important as that. And then people will. There are people who will defend the show by saying that the people that talk shit about Bella Ramsey are just pedophiles. Because, oh no, the person playing the game character doesn't look as attractive as the game character, who they're 14 in the first game and I think 19 in the second game, so the whole pedophilia thing just does not make sense. But the problem is that Bella Ramsey cannot act. She can't do an American accent. Her voice just sounds like she has a cold the whole time. And it's just terrible. Like, this really isn't some sort of. We're not saying this because she's non binary. We're not saying this because she's not attractive. It's just, she just is not a good actor. It's as simple as that. The fact that Sonic wasn't even adapted is a fucking crime, because Sonic 3 was somehow better than Sonic 2, which was somehow better than Sonic 1. And it's just, how do you keep on improving? And, like, let's go off the popular opinion. Minecraft fucking sucks. Devil May Cry, really good. Not as good as Sonic. Splinter Cell, I don't know what the opinion on that is. I didn't even know it was out. Last of Us Season 2 fucking sucks. Until Dawn fucking sucks. So you've only nominated one, maybe two good things. They're still not as good as Sonic. Most anticipated game, GTA 6. Of course GTA 6 is going to win. I don't give a fuck about GTA. You know, my parents said to me that I'm not allowed to play GTA because I was born around the same time that the whole hot coffee controversy was happening. And they're not gamers, so they just believe the hype that, in GTA you can do all these different things. I'm not trying to talk shit about them. It's just, that's the facts. They said that I wasn't allowed to play GTA until I think I was 16 or 17. I started playing it when I was 15. Not because I was trying to rebel or anything, I was desperate. I really wanted to play it. And maybe it's the fact that I spent so long wanting to play it that made me not like it as much. But, I mean, the problem that I have with GTA is the problem I have with every other fucking Rockstar game. For one, they can't adapt their controls. Like, the controls of Red Dead 2 is exactly the same as the controls of GTA 3, which came out on the PS2, all the way back in 2001, I believe. And it's just, every other game from around that time has either died out or they've adapted their control scheme. And I'm not saying that adapting the control scheme is what's causing them to die, but it's just GTA / Rockstar refused to adapt the control scheme. The control scheme fucking sucks. I don't want to have to smash X to run. Just make me hold down a button. And they try to make the games as realistic as possible, down to having to eat. I don't want to fucking eat. Like, the only time I eat in games is if it restores health. But in GTA, it's like, no, you need to keep in shape. And the story is amazing. Like, the writers at Rockstar are amazing. All the GTA games, all the Red Dead games, Bully, amazing stories. It's just the gameplay that sucks. And when it comes to online is even more boring. Like, the story isn't all that good because it doesn't exist. Heists aren't fun. The only thing in GTA Online that's fun is user created maps. Like, you've got the sort of car wrestling thing at Sumo, that's what it's called. You've got the Tron light cycle stuff is really fun. I think they're the only things that I find fun. But it's just they're user created. They're not Rockstar created. So Rockstar fucking suck. As for the other games, Witcher 4, I'm excited for Witcher 4. But I'm it's a while away, I think, so I got my focus on being excited for other things. Resident Evil Requiem. I don't know anything about Resident Evil 9 other than it's a brand new character and then Leon may or may not be in it. Wolverine, I'm very excited for, and 007 First Light, I'm really excited for. First Light, really any of them, bar GTA should have won. But it's not a surprise that it did. Content Creator of the Year, we shouldn't have this category, it needs to be scrapped. Content creators should not be celebrated because they haven't done anything worth celebration. Like, Kai Cenat was nominated. What the fuck does Kai Cenat actually do? The only thing I've seen him do is he somehow gets hold of celebrities and brings them on his stream for however long the stream lasts, and they just hang out. That first person, I haven't heard of them. The Burnt Peanut, I haven't heard of them. Sakura Miko, I haven't heard of. And Critical fucking sucks. The only thing I have to praise Critical for is the fact that he said that he will no longer accept donations because he's rich enough as is. But when it comes to his videos, it's just, he has that voice, which it was kind of funny when he was first getting famous, but he's been famous for like 6 years now, maybe. I'm not sure. And anytime he makes a video giving his opinion on something, it always seems to be the popular opinion. It's never the unpopular opinion, which is kind of weird. It's as if he waits to see what the popular opinion is, and then states that as his own. And when it came to the thing that did it for me was his review of Saints Row 5. He doesn't seem to understand what Saints Row is because he said that every single mission in the game is the same except it's different locations. He must have been playing like the fucking, I can't remember what it's called because it's been so long since I played Saints Row, but all the different, like the sort of takeover stuff, like the insurance fraud, mayhem, all that. That must have been what he's playing. Because the story missions, they're diverse. Say what you will about Saints Row 5. I really enjoyed it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But to go as far as he did is just crossing the line. Best esports game. Esports should not be called sports. Like, what weight are you losing by typing on a keyboard? Best esports athlete. I don't know any of these people because I don't follow esports. Best esports team. Once again. Player's voice. I'm assuming what that means is that this is actually something that the people voted on rather than the fucking judges. So, Wuthering Waves, whatever the fuck that is, one. And that's the end. I'm going to keep on doing these videos until they stop doing the Game Awards, which they probably won't stop doing it because even though we all hate the Game Awards, but the fact that we all keep on tuning in and all the content creators keep on physically appearing is the problem. The only thing that the Game Awards actually has going for itself is the fact that they announce shit there. But whatever happened to E3? I don't go to conventions, but I remember that it used to be you had Comic Con, which was just all nerd stuff, and then you had E3, which was gaming specific. I haven't heard anyone talk about E3 in years. What the fuck happened?